Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you the basic process of creating an IK setup for a foot that has multiple toes, you could say. So this could be for like a bird that has sort of like a claw, sort of like an opposable claw at the back, or a robot. But it's sort of, it's basically like a double foot, so to speak. So that's what this basic setup is. It's very, very similar to the other previous setup for the basic leg. So let's take a quick look. We're going to jump into the rigging settings. Now on older versions, this will be under animation. They've separated out the animation and rigging tools into different menu sets. So you'll need to be either rigging in 2016 or animation in older versions. So I'm going to pop up to the skeleton menu here and down to create IK handle. And just like in the previous sort of basic leg, for the main leg control, we're going to need a rotate plane solver. And with that tool active, I'm just going to hit the hip and then the ankle. And that's going to create our basic IK. Now you can see here when we move the ankle IK around like this, that the foot, we have no control over the angle of the foot at the moment. So it's always going to kind of try and remain at sort of like this T, this kind of T shape to the leg. And that's why we need to add the additional IK into the foot. So I'm going to pop over here to the channel box and I'm going to rename that IK handle. So I'm going to call this left ankle IK. And now what we're going to do is add some more IK in. So we're going to pop back up to the skeleton menu and we're going to reactivate our IK handle tool. I'm going to pop into the options here and switch this to single chain solver. And that's going to remove the rotation plane that we get, which enables us to angle our knees. All right, so I'm going to start off by doing the front of the foot, and that's pretty much the same way we do a regular character. So I'm going to click on the ankle. I'm going to click on the foot joint like that. And what this does is it gives us the ability to do a foot tap. But you can see at the moment that as we rotate this, or sorry, move this IK handle, what that's doing technically is rotating this joint, which then also makes these joints move. So what we're going to be doing is sort of repeating this process on the back as well. Now note that the joints here are sitting in the joints in the geometry. I've left them as gaps so you can see where the positioning is. You guys, if you've got like a single piece of geometry for the foot, or maybe even the whole leg and the foot, you would have some edge loops in your geometry roughly in this position here. And those edge loops are basically where the model bends. Okay, so that's going to be the same over here as well. All right, so I'm going to call this, let's call this left foot IK. And then we'll do another one for the from the foot to the toe. So I'm going to click foot, toe, and then we'll rename this. So this one's going to be left toe IK. And this allows us to do a toe tap. Now you can see here when I move this one, the rest of this doesn't move anymore. And that's because this IK handle on the foot is actually stopping this IK from interacting with anything else, okay? So this toe IK only goes from the foot to the toe. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the same process, but for the back. So let's grab the IK tool again, and let's click the ankle, and then this time let's hit this sort of middle heel section. Now once again, that's going to do that. Now you can see a problem here is occurring where when I move this IK handle up and down, these IK handles are not keeping this joint lock just here. So what we're probably going to have to do is add in an additional joint back here, probably within this gap, just to stop that from shifting. So let's just reset that position. So I think what I'm going to need is something in here, which is going to let me isolate this IK from this joint, okay? Because this IK handle here shifts this joint, that's what's going to cause us some problems. And we might have to do the same thing down here as well. If I select this IK, you can see that that's still moving this one. Okay, so let's make a couple of modifications here. We are going to put another IK along here. So let's grab skeleton, insert joint just here, and let's click on here and drag this. Now you can see it's dragging, but it's not actually connecting in. That usually occurs because this joint actually has multiple connections going out of it. All right, so it can't really lock onto the length of the joint that I want. So what I'm going to do here is get rid of the connection between this toe joint and this one. So I'll select this, I should say, foot joint, and I'll hit Shift P and disconnect it. So now that hopefully should work properly. So let's go skeleton, insert joint, and then let's click on here, and you can see now it's actually following the line of these joints down towards this back heel. So I'm just going to pop that sort of in the middle. Okay, now it automatically kind of follows the direction of the joint as far as its position, but it doesn't actually rotate itself properly. So you'll find that the rotation on this joint's sort of out of whack. Okay, now I need to do the same thing over here for this one as well. So I'm going to select this new joint I created. I'm going to unparent it, and then I'm going to hold down, select the foot joint, shift select the ankle joint, and hit P to parent that back together again, like that. And you can see now that this one is reconnected. All right. And what I'm going to do now is insert another joint through here. So let's grab skeleton, insert joints, and then click and drag one on here as well. Now the two IK handles that I've added in are absolutely no good now. So I'm going to delete both of those. That's the foot IK and then this rear one as well. I'm going to have to reconnect those. And they're not going to be connected to the ankle. All right. Now I want to reconnect this one. So I'm going to just hit select there, and then shift select the ankle, and then hit P to lock that in. All right. So let's try some IK again. So I'm going to hit the IK handle tool, and this time what I'm going to do is connect an IK handle from the intermediate joint here down to the foot, and that's going to become my foot IK. And then I'll do the same thing over here from the intermediate heel joint down to the actual heel itself. So technically now, when I move this, you can see that only the back of the foot moves. The rest of this is staying where it is. And then I've got the same thing over here. I can still do my toe tap kind of move, but it's not being affected by the rest of this. Okay, so all we need to do now basically is go through and make sure that we've named everything, and I'm going to add an additional IK onto the back here. So I'll just grab the IK tool again, and I'll just add another one in for the back. So what that's going to do is allow us to kind of adjust this one. This one will allow us to kind of adjust here, and then obviously we've got these two over here as well. So this one and this one. Okay. Now, don't forget, you'll need to repeat this process for the right foot, okay? You can't mirror the IK across, so you've got to do each leg independently of one another. So generally speaking, what I would do is sort of do one IK for one side, name it, and then do the IK for the other side, name it, and so on and so forth, all the way through. So let's just double check that we've got everything named. I've got the left IK done, so I'll just copy that name, and then I can go through and actually add it to the other ones as well. So this one here is going to be left foot IK. So foot. This one will be left toe. Which I've already got. That one there should be the ankle, which I've already got. Now this one, the naming for these get a little bit weird, so I'm just going to call this I'll call this heel, Left heel, okay. And then this one here I'll call left heel tip. Okay. So something along those lines should be okay. You can see there if I move this, all right, everything's going to move with it. So for now we should be okay. All right, so we'll leave this video here, and we will move on to other parts of the body.